the morning, I keep it poppin'. Even in the evening, I'ma keep it poppin'. When I'm in the city, gotta keep it poppin'. Down in the underground, got the 9 milli automation. When I take aim at the game, penetration, freeze. Stop comparing me to Dre before I come through with the scope on the K. Decorate your house with your flesh, nonetheless, and open up a bag of the best, not the stress, cause we came to get more, we ain't taking less, and I ain't detoxing with it, I'm hot. Hello everybody and welcome to the Smack Attack live on Humming Media Group's YouTube channel, and of course on the Twitch and on the Patreon. After the fact, I am your host Jimmy T. He is my co-host R to the B to the V, and Rick. We seem to have a bit of a disagreement about SmackDown, but hey, I felt it was not bad. I guess you thought it sucked, but we'll get into it when we do. But we've got a bit of news to talk about, first of all.
Yeah, a lot to get into with this week's SmackDown. I don't know what the hell show you were watching that you found this even remotely quality in any sense and form of the word. I thought this was one of the absolute worst that we have seen in a while. Maybe a breaking point here from across the board, just from production, formatting, talent, storylines, execution in the ring, flat out lowest common denominator again across the board. But we're going to jump into that when we get to the Blue Brand review. But as you said, Jimmy, some news to cover here. Everybody talking about it around the professional wrestling world. But let's kick things off here, man, with maybe something it's not going to get covered by the sheets. That the talking heads aren't going to be covering this thing, but it is something that I believe, and you will agree with here, that is near and dear to our hearts here with the Humming Media Group. And that's a big post here that you brought to my attention. I'm checking it out here, reading through this. A dear brother of ours, a mentor, a true coach that we each have learned so much from, just not listening to on these airwaves, but getting to work with, having private conversations, being a friend to this gentleman. One Chris Silvio seems that he is going to be, and he's even got it in stars here with his asterisks, retiring from the world of professional wrestling. Coach Silv started his incredible journey following his dream when he was 16 years old, traveled the globe, one of the star pupils of Rip Rogers at Ohio Valley Wrestling. He worked basically for every major during his time, got that shine again, traveled the world. He has given back so much in the independent scene in his school, especially in the recent years, the Death Proof Dojo down there in Florida. But Coach Silv saying, after all of these years, everything that he's had here, he finally feels that he's at a spot in life where he is at peace with everything that he has had. He is ready to move on to that next chapter. If this is the case, Jimmy, some of your thoughts here. I say this is the case because in worker fashion, in this very heartfelt post of his, that gets you a little emotional. He throws in there win, lose, or draw, April 12th, Bar Wars, Operation Death Proof, I will wrestle my final. He could be working us here as well. So, but if that's the case, your thoughts on Coach Silv?
Oh, man. Coach Silv, Chris Silvio, I mean, he's done a lot for me, man. If it wasn't for him, I would have probably not have had a show on this exact network on HMG, man. When I jumped on Lighting the Fuse with Chris Silvio and Ben at the time, he's the one that recommended me to actually have my own show on HMG, and he wrote a great thing about me, man, and that means the world to me. But more importantly, he has coached some of our boys as well. I mean, like Blake Bulletproof Tube, he's learned from one of the best in Chris Silvio, and like you said, Chris Silvio has been everywhere, man. From NWA, TNA, WWE. He had a few matches even on NXT. I remember him against the Profits. Ring of Honor. Yeah, Ring of Honor, everywhere, dude. He's been absolutely everywhere. And I noticed, Frank, you said who? You don't know who Chris Silvio is, man? He's one of our own. He used to do shows right here on Humming Media Group. So
he was with us here. Chris Silvio was with us for a couple of years. Most notably, did a lot of work. He said, worked with Jimmy here a little bit. Mainly had teamed up with MSG. Those two had handled Light the Fuse there for a while. Him and Ben also with a lot of great. And I always really enjoyed him and Ben on shows as they were kind of those counterpoints to each other. Ben kind of go hard on something. Silv would take more of a lighter, a modern coach's perspective to kind of make things relatable to today's crop of talent. And I think that's what made him so effective as a coach. That they both, Ben and Chris came up from the same spot. They learned from Rip, that OVW style. So the same philosophies were instilled in each of them. And they believed the same things in wrestling, but it was about how they parlay, how they taught that to the audience, to their students, and, to us, again, Coach Silvio, such a great mentor when I stepped into the business of professional wrestling, always there to answer a phone call, always there to give me advice, to get me in the right direction, such a deep well of knowledge, understanding, such a great human being just to communicate with one-on-one. If this is indeed his final hurrah coming up there, April 12th, his last match there, best of wishes in everything that he's doing. Hopefully this is one of those things, though, where, maybe he just needs to reignite the flames. Maybe go do something else there for a little bit. I know he's going to be 100% passionate about what he's doing.
Well, it's no secret he's also had some injuries over time where he was forced to retire not too long ago, a few years back. And, he made a big comeback, and it took him a long time to actually come back. So, look, like you said, you never say never with workers, but I think he's being serious, man. It was pretty heartfelt with what he wrote. And he only wrote that like half an hour ago, dude, at this point. So I just saw it and I thought, wow, he's actually retiring. But, yeah, man, good luck to Chris, because he's going to be missed in the ring, man. I mean, he's one of the best coaches going around.
Just not in the ring, all around in the business of professional wrestling.
Right.
Frank said, turned his ex-girlfriend gay. Hey, you know what? You are so much man that you have ruined an individual for all. No other man could pleasure her. So she had to go elsewhere for that. Hey,
I'm assuming you're talking about genocide.
You hit the pinnacle. I have no idea. I would assume so. They had the public relationship that we knew about. So
right.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure he has satisfied many ladies in his day.
Absolutely. He's known to be a bit of a stud, actually, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, man, for sure.
Well, Jimmy, in those headlines, I guess maybe this gentleman has satisfied a lady or two, or maybe just paid him, to get his kinks off, if you will. But this is a continuing story here for the last couple of years, but it is at the forefront, the head of the headlines here this week. We got a couple different angles here. We got the Vince and the Furious, Hot Rod McMahon. We have the footage from last July's altercation with police when he was behind the wheel there. We had that surface. Also tying into that, his ongoing lawsuit, Janelle Grant making a public appearance, and she was speaking on behalf, what was it, women's advocates for against sexual abuse or something like that, that she was a part of this week. I know you have got yourself, you've got deeper into this than Vince and Ace have gotten into Janelle. So I'm going to hand this over to you to break down this news here, Jimmy.
Well, I've got the video actually to show it. So,
whoa, what video? Not Ace and Vince and her, right?
No, well, no, not exactly. Well, I do have a Vince video too, but we'll get to that.
Make sure you don't get us banned here. All right, we are on good terms right now. Don't be putting.
We won't be banned 100%. We will not be banned, and I cut this down to about 2 minutes because the original footage does go for 15 minutes. So we're not going to show you that, but just to get a gist of what's going on. Right, check this out, guys.
And my situation. So, does it look like we work in a safe environment when the destination point, if you're hurt, is weaponized use of your experience on live TV every Monday night for months? By their actions and by their reactions, that says a lot more about current leadership than it says about me. So, how do we make change in the world? By showing up in it, especially when it's a tough conversation. To the board of TKO, if you didn't know this part of your origin story, now you know. I hope you will have conversations with us. I will hope you have conversations amongst yourselves, and I hope that you don't rely on old instincts with new insight. All of you have some say in how my life turns out from here, including how quickly I may be able to move on and find help and healing.
All right, look, I'm not going to bother playing the whole thing.
Oh my
that.
God. You have got to be kidding me. I mean,
Did
first
you hear
off,
that
let's
shit?
break. I don't even got to hear this shit because, it sounds like just like somebody writing a promo for you. I mean, let's break down the visuals of this complete BS that's being thrown at us here. She got shit on her head. Well, she's dropping shit on everybody right now. I mean, look at just the visuals here. I mean, she looks like a homely librarian. It doesn't look like anybody would want to touch her. Oh, poor me. That's my first thing. Who would want to sexually abuse this unattractive looking piece of crap here? Then you got that lady in the background. Looks like she's witnessing a freaking murder. This is all by design. This was all by design. Freaking design right here. Dress her down. Could she look any more homely, unattractive, unappealing in any way that she is? And that's to give off an image that she has been so beaten down, betrayed by humanity, abused by this just devilish bastard Vince McMahon. And I'm not giving Vince any pass here. We are dealing with two disgusting, disturbed individuals in either case.
100%. She's dressed like that for a reason, Rick. You know that.
Yeah, hey, she's dressed like that for a reason. Yeah, she's dressed down to get that, to kind of just parlay that message there, project that image of poor me. I'm such a beat down, worn down victim. Hey, what about that? Where's that $5,000 gift card she got for the shopping sprees across the board? Did she drive there in her brand new $20,000 automobile that was provided? Do you have that list available?
I, as a matter of fact, I do. Just to give me a moment to get that up because that is hilarious, Rick.
She is no victim. Vince is not innocent. These are two disgusting human beings that are wasting resources and time.
She's full of shit. While I get that list up, because I just got to find it. Did you see that text message, by the way? The latest text message that came out by Vince McMahon.
I think I do have that one saved. Yeah, but even that inside of itself, I mean, where are the other messages around it? Where she's playing right into that thing. It ain't like he just fires this thing off out of nowhere. She's asking about work-related items, and he goes right into the BBC, plugging all three holes that she's got. No, there's got to be some context, got to be some setup. She's sending pictures. She's enticing that. She's sounding just as disgusting. These type of people deserve each other.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And I mean, Vince is sick, man. I mean, just reading that text message. Look, I'd love to read it out, peeps, but it's just that feral, man. It's just, yeah, he loves the BBC. Put it that way. Yeah. Like he's a cuck.
She should be getting it three ways for the BBC. The deepest one should be down her throat to see what her gag. It goes on and on in there. Again, these are disgusting, deprived individuals, but it's across the board. You look at that. It's human nature to be this way, and the more money and power you get, the more disgusting and disturbing you become here.
It's feral, man, and for some reason, I'm struggling to find a list, but I do remember basically she was getting $5,000 gift cards. She got flowers every other day, mind you, right?
Every other week or something like that.
Right, every other week.
Even that. She gets a car. She gets a job. She's getting trips. She's
VIP
getting spa
tickets.
days. She is getting almost unlimited funds for shopping sprees.
100% and VIP tickets to WrestleMania as well. She could bring whoever she wanted to.
That's what she should be suing for. Now that is the mistreatment, the neglect that she was forced to go sit through one of these programs. I would be furious too. I might take someone to court if I had to, especially sit through last night's SmackDown live there in the audience.
And you know what else? She even got a Saudi Arabia pack, whatever was in that. Like they never said what was involved in that.
She said in a food display or something like that. She probably went over there and the princes had their way with her too.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's another story, but they do pay influencers to go over there and they can piss and shit on them basically, dude. That's the thing over there. I kid you not. Can you believe that?
Yeah. So, yeah, you make a lot of money doing it. She should go do it. She's getting a lot of money right now for letting Vince and Johnny Ace do that to her here.
They make a killing, dude. But also, she was also getting Burberry scarves, shit like that. She was just getting pampered with everything.
Go hang yourself with one.
Oh. She's whoa. That means that's a bang right there, Rick. God
Her
damn.
and Vince at this point should be taken out back, and that should be done to both of them.
Sounds like the
Now,
retarded.
you know what? You know what Vince should have done? What Vince should have done is hop behind the wheel, fired it up, and drove away as fast as he could from her.
I mean, look, I don't want to get heat. I was going to say the B word, right? But even if a woman is listening to this show, and we do have a few women listeners of this very program, not to sound friggin' sexist or anything like that, but I'm sorry. This girl's not innocent, man.
She's not innocent. She's not a victim. And anyone that's trying, and the only people that are trying to make her out to be a victim are just trying to more so vilify Vince McMahon.
100%.
And he's not innocent. And calling her out for her actions does not exonerate him. Does not mean he is in it. Does not mean he is right. Again, they are both wrong. They are both disgusting individuals.
100%, man. He's a piece of shit. He is what he is. He's not my role model. Definitely not, Frank. But, you know, Vince is Vince. We've always known this about him, even from back in the 80s. Come on. It's not like we all friggin' didn't know he was like this. Oh, okay, fine. We didn't know he shat on bitches, but
no, I mean,
that's a whole different thing.
There's probably people there's people that work close with it. You know, one of the things that I always remember that Mr. Russo always talks about is that Vince McMahon told him one time, they were working so close together for a number of years. And at one point, Vince McMahon told Vince Russo, said, if you knew the real me, you'd have nothing to do with me. And that's one of those messages, statements that stuck with Vince Russo the whole time. I remember him sharing that. And so there are people that knew exactly what was going on here. I mean, the guy has been living in the pool house since the 90s, 80s.
Yeah.
He's been away from the wife. They just kept that, that facade going on just for the business side of things there. It's just coming to surface, and it's across the board. I mean, you look at our society, everyone's flipping out here in the States. Well, around the world, we're waiting for the release of a list so that we can go after people and see what the hell they were doing.
I'm so fucking over that shit, bro. Straight up.
Island. But, but pornography and all that, the sex industry itself, I mean, I was trying to look up some statistics on it, but it's hard to pinpoint because things are so closed door on it. It's just anywhere estimated that they make the sex industry, man. Check this out.
It's crazy, man.
It accounts, and it's so wide open, like they can't answer. Revenue in just the U.S. alone between $13 billion and $97 billion.
No shit.
And they can't pinpoint that down. And globally, who even knows? But there he's thinking in the States, 4.6 billion hours of porn are watched in a year.
Wow. I mean, shit. I mean, what can I say?
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm higher than that. I mean, I contribute plenty there to that 4.6 billion. And I probably got some shit in my search. You go to my hub and go to that search history. It's probably some stuff in there like, whoa, damn, RBV, what are you looking at here? But there's a thing there between looking there and then having, I guess, enough money to go out there and act on these certain things.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, all of us are guilty of it. Anyone who denies it is a load of shit. But yeah, I mean, come on, it is what it is. In the porn industry, I mean, it makes sense for it to be as big as it is. I mean, come on. Let's be real.
Absolutely. But yeah, you got some more Vince McMahon stuff, huh?
Well, this time, the other piece of video that I've got. Now, we heard about his little car accident that happened, a year ago? Maybe
last July?
Last July, right. Where he got into a bit of trouble. Now, we never saw footage of it or pictures of it, but hey, we've got footage of it right here exclusively on Hammy Media Group. So check this out. Don't mind the music, by the way. It's a bit annoying at first, but anyway, check it out.
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's my granddaughter's birthday.
I got to get this the next
All
exit.
right. Did you see me trying to catch up to you behind you?
I didn't see that. I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know. I understand that, but that's why I was very confused. Right? Because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour. All right, and then you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention. Were you looking at your phone?
No, trying to drive. No, I'm not looking at my phone.
The person was right in front of you. There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No. I haven't been driving my car and God knows how long.
All right. It was right in front of you. You went straight at it at 100 miles an hour. I'm just making sure you're not having a medical condition or anything.
I don't think
Do you need an ambulance?
No, it's fine.
All right. Just your registration. Is your license in here?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
All right.
Well, anyway, that was interesting.
Get out of the way, pal.
How the hell did he? I don't know if you noticed at the start, right? How you see him hit the car, and then he kind of, I don't know, man. He just swerved off to the right and into the ditch. Like that just looked kind of weird, man. I mean, at his age, should he still even be driving? You think?
No, I mean, he admits that he hasn't driven for a while. I mean, obviously, it's kind of hard to just step in and take someone's license like that, especially when they haven't had any priors like that. You look at it since then. Hopefully, he's not out there driving like this on his way to his granddaughter. Seeing some others, some of the exchange here. I thought it was a little strange that the officer didn't push any questions like OVI related, operating vehicle impaired, because he seemed a little belligerent out of it. So? Obviously, Vince seemed completely out of it there. Hard to answer questions, broken speech, kind of stumbling over himself. I'm surprised they didn't push the issue at all. So while handing over his documents, Vince can be heard berating himself. God damn it, stupid fucking fool. He admitted the car was too fast, and he said he hadn't been driving in a long time. We heard that in there. He was reportedly on his way to his granddaughter's party. When he was told no one was injured, Vince reacted as, "Oh shit, that's a miracle."
Well, the Hammer says anybody else would have been arrested. Imagine if I did that.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing with this story. I mean, how did they tow the vehicle? Did someone have to come get him? What was the follow-up? Was it drivable? Did he go on his way? I mean, there's a lot there. I was surprised with some of the questioning, especially Vince at least seemed shaken up because of the wreck, but he seemed a little belligerent, a little out of it to me.
Yeah, it's interesting. And unfortunately, we don't have extra footage of that. All they released was that 2 minutes of footage that involved him last July. But I don't know, maybe more will come out in the future.
Well, and, ironic that this gets released just as Janelle Grant is going public speaking. We just saw what she's looking at. She is the homely, poor me, beaten down, sex trafficked, woe me victim in this thing. But now they're showing how out of control and, uncaring concern for the community, for others that Vince McMahon is. Timing is very suspicious in this.
It is extremely suspicious, and the timing, I don't believe in coincidences. God damn it, that was hard for me to get out, Rick, because like you said, the timing is just too perfect. But on top of that, man, the term sex trafficking bothers me, because it's like saying me and you friggin' shed a chick and she was all for it, and then she decided to be like, you know what, fuck you motherfuckers, I'm gonna go and tell the cops anyway. So basically, if I introduced you to her and you went for it, that's sex trafficking right there, bro.
Hey, it's funny. I had a girl send me a picture of her tits, and I told Pierce about it.
Oh,
and
no,
he jokingly was like, "Send that over, bro." And I said, "Dude, that's international sex trafficking. We ain't doing that shit." So we didn't, because you never know on something like that.
It's a load of shit, man. And if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. This is a dead set true story, though, man. Even it's hard to believe that I'm even going to say this, because when I replayed in my mind, it blows my mind. But I've nearly been raped by a chick before, bro. Me and a friend, I swear to God, man.
Nah, you can't rape the willing.
I kid you not, dude. Look, man, I don't know who the fuck this bitch was, but she just went for it, man. Like, started grabbing me and my friend, like, legitimately. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Like, I was shocked, dude. Like, no shame. No shame. Like, no shame. And we're just kicking a ball around out of the park, dude. That's all we're doing. I swear.
Just kicking it, yo. Just kicking it.
I'm not joking, man. That is a dead set true story, man. And that happened back in 2010. You can even ask my missus, man. I mean, she will even tell you that. She wasn't there, but she came right after the fact. But yeah, this bitch had no fucking shame. So the point is, if a female does it, and if as a male you go to the cops and say that you had an attempted rape happening on you, you think they're gonna believe you? They probably won't even believe you, bro. But if a chick does it, and it could be total bullshit, they're gonna take her word for it.
Oh yeah, it's all BS. I mean, we're not. This is just going to be, as Hamper was talking over there, man, it's all carny. That's what this is. It's going to be a carny shit show whenever this thing makes it to court. It's going to make for some good television for TMZ, for Court TV, whoever is carrying this disaster.
Well, good luck to them both. But yeah, Janelle Grant, you're a fraud. Straight up.
Not good luck to any of them. Burn in hell. All of you.
All of them, for sure.
All of you can burn in hell. But I will say, good luck to us, Jimmy T. We're about ready to jump into our blue brand review here, and we got to talk about this thing. So, all right, brother. Apparently we're going to have to go through this thing as we usually do, break it down. We don't do the segment by segment. We're going to talk about the highlights, group some things together here. Maybe you can sway me. Maybe I was just in a bad mood, tired, ready to go to bed. So I'm sitting through this thing last night, 3 hours on the Sci-Fi Network. Preempted there, moved channels on over because of the Olympics. They will be returning to the USA Network here in the States next week. For you, as always, you get that international flavor over on Netflix.
Absolutely do.
Got that going for you, man. But on this week's SmackDown, Jimmy T, get your claws out. Get your claws out. One, because we are coming, this week's episode comes to us from the home of the NHL's Panthers. They are in Sunrise, Florida. But I'm also seeing get those claws out because count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or Sesame Street terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 women's segments on this show, bro. 9 women's segments. If we get into this, I was really thinking about it. I didn't want to particularly go at the women. I'm going to have some issues with them. I think they are just as much to blame as creative in all of this. But again, this comes down to one of the things I started dreading throughout this show. We desperately need a shakeup in production, in formatting. There has not been a change. We've talked about this over and over, a change in the formatting and production style in professional wrestling since the Attitude Era. That is a quarter century, over a quarter century of the same old mob pop routine dance in and out every freaking week. We had 9 women's segments here, but most of this show is entrances and BS nonsensical run-ins backstage that set up nothing we connect with, nothing that we care about. Can we start using some of this entrance? I understand they got to get their pops. They got to get their BS pops into this thing. One, like Damian Priest, got to get his big foot. No one cares about Damian Priest outside of that first 10-second. Can you give us maybe some graphics? Maybe that's when you let him talk with a picture-in-picture sort of deal to try to get himself over. Give us like some graphics, some history that why we should connect and care about him. The only entertaining thing about Damian Priest right now is his interaction backstage with Rod Killings, with Truth. And that's the only thing that's holding on for him. We're going to talk more about him there, but these entrances that no one cares about. Too many commercial breaks during the action, during the actual wrestling itself. These backstage segments where they're just like people, it's happened everywhere else. People just randomly sitting there and you just like you don't see them the whole other freaking part of the day. On this show, they set up their major main event, the match that we are supposed to stick around for 3 hours, gets a 15-second setup in the back. It wasn't pre-announced. It's Aleister Black running into Randy Orton, a verbal exchange, and Randy saying, I'm going to go talk to my boy Aldis. Get your gear on, buddy. See, that's the whole thing. That's the entire freaking thing. They spent more time with Candice LeRae and Jordynne Grace setting up a throwaway women's match for next week than they did the main event on this show.
That's a fair call. That's true. That's true. I mean, it did feel just weirdly rushed and whatnot. And yeah, they just took 15 seconds, like you said, to set up for that night's main event. But I do want to also point out, when I watched it, I didn't get no commercials. So that could be also
you
a
just
difference.
Get shitty slow down wrestling in the ring.
I didn't even get that. Actually. I didn't. You remember last time
you get that thing where you learn how to say "we'll be right back" in about 15 different languages.
That wasn't part of it this time. Believe it or not. Remember how I told you? Yeah, that wasn't there this time.
We'll be
right back. Just straight up. None of that shit. We didn't get none of that.
Yeah.
Ni hao.
We'll be right back in 15 languages. So that's what you get with it.
But we didn't get that this time, Rick. I kid you not, we didn't get that. So maybe that's the reason why.
And you could tell. I mean, the wrestling we're getting when it's televised, when they're airing, is terrible. And then they slow it down. And you can tell when they come back for those breaks because those crowds are so dead.
Yeah, because what are they doing? Rest holds pretty much during the commercial break.
You just slow it down. You slow it down. I mean, and that's tradition with it. But then we're getting like 2-3 commercial breaks for these matches where we can cut other things out. But give us. If you want to do a picture-in-picture, like in an entrance, and I tell people on the indies about this because they want these long, drawn-out entrances, like, oh, we're going to keep people on the edge of their seat. And then, like, at the 45-second, 1 minute mark, boom, I come out. Like, no, you lost. You look at the best entrance music in all of professional wrestling. You know, it's you have them. What do you have? The glass shattering, right? If you smack the dong, it's you got to have a hook within 7 to 10 seconds, or your music's done.
That's why Jim Johnson was the best dude for this.
You know, it's right there. It's those grabs. So why not do that? Like, even if I'll go to Dave Hughes because I was using him. Hit the Archer stuff. Show the flames come up. Have him come out. Then go to the brick. I don't need the other minute and a half of him walking to the ring and doing his stupid pose. There are some people we want theirs. We want a Cody Rhodes entrance. We want a Randy Orton entrance. A lot of these we do not need at all.
I agree with that, especially Damian Priest. I just want to thank David of Shield 4452 joining us. Never seen you around, so I'm glad you've joined us right now on the Smack Attack. But he says, remember, Creative sniffs a lot of glue.
Yeah,
I mean, he ain't wrong.
I know, I wish I had some glue to sniff. I wish I had some glue to sniff to get through this show. I guess caught me on one today here, man. But this was just bad. So I mean, this production, they seriously need something going forward. They've got to switch some things up with it, which I think is so refreshing. If it is your cup of tea, and not at least with Juggalo Championship Wrestling that you guys review, going to be talking about it tonight, I'm sure, with Insanity here. There's different in the format. They changed some things up.
Rick, do you want to be totally honest with you? Put it this way.
No, I want you to lie to me.
Yeah, well, I'm not lying. Put it this way. Watching JCW is a breath of fresh air for one reason. Yeah, sure. Look, their roster doesn't compare, obviously, to WWE or AEW for that matter. Heck, not even TNA. But the way it's formatted, it is an easy watch. Do you know what I mean? The way Vince Russo does things, it's very fast, very to the point, and then just move on. Except for the promo last week that went for a good 20 minutes, which is unusual. But everything else, the pacing is quick. And you know what? It hasn't made me fall asleep yet. And I fall asleep a lot to WWE and friggin' AEW for that matter. But JCW is actually a pleasant sort of company to watch and show. It's just moves a lot better. And WWE and AEW, especially for that matter, could learn a lot of things from JCW. But for whatever reason, unfortunately,
they
we
need
don't
something
get that.
here. I mean, this formatting is so bad. But, you know, inside of this stuff, because for the last couple of weeks, there has been one shining light, one glimpse of hope, one thing that I have popped for, that I have actually enjoyed with the blue brand here. And I'm going to give him credit for this, and I'm going to mainly give this individual credit. And I think I've figured it out. Johnny Gargano. I think, Jimmy, I have broken the code. I have figured out why sad Johnny Gargano is the best act on SmackDown.
Why is that, Rick?
Professional wrestling is at its absolute best with relatable storylines, right? Characters that we can connect with, that are relatable to us, that we can live vicariously through, correct?
Absolutely.
Well, for the last couple of weeks, what has Johnny Gargano been doing?
Just being an idiot, really.
He's been sad. Right. He's been moping. He's been laying around. Last night, him up there on that do not open until chamber crate. He was just out of it, man. He is dead to the world. And you know what? It spoke to me, and I think it speaks to the, million or so watching this, because that's exactly how we feel watching this. I am living vicariously through Johnny Gargano on the screen, because laying there like I have lost it all, that it is hopeless, that there is no use to go on inside of the WWE universe. That is how I feel as a fan watching this show. And Johnny is projecting that on the screen.
I don't blame you, man. But like I said,
it's the best act
going.
And he hasn't even, his feet haven't even touched the floor the last couple of weeks. Last week they pushed him out on the cart. Today he just stayed up there on that crate. Well, Johnny Gargano is my voice, the voice of the people, how we feel watching this show.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. You can feel like Johnny Gargano.
Thank you to my fellow Ohioan for speaking the truth for us, how we feel watching WWE and their pathetic creative. Johnny Gargano, the best thing going on SmackDown right now.
The Hammer says, what's the purpose of a writing team if you don't write shit?
Yeah. They're supposed to have these amazing, they steal from Hollywood, all these top, I don't see it. I don't understand it. Where are they finding these writers?
Hollywood, my ass. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. We saw it even on Unreal, the way that writing team supposedly, spitball shit. It just looks like a load of shit. It's probably all bullshit anyway.
Speaking of this writing team, when we do look at that, you know why? Because it's stale old crackers. Bunch of old white guys in there.
That think they know.
Half of them are just salty at each other. Yeah, bunch of old, salty, stale crackers that don't know how to write for these young talents, that don't know how to relate to what's relatable in society. And a lot of what we're going to start off when we jump into this show right here, we're going to start with ladies talk. And there's a lot of it. As I said, 9 segments. And when I look at Unreal, maybe was there like one woman in that room? Yes. And I don't think she has any professional wrestling background. I don't know where she hangs out or what she does. I don't know what her other background is. But when I look at these female characters, that's not how I see females in other sports, other entertainment acting. I don't see them acting in the real world.
Right.
Absolutely pathetic. Who the hell's putting together these matches? So a lot of these girls don't seem like they're ready in there. They're just miscuing on the simplest of spots and exchanges and maneuvers. Their acting is absolutely horrid. And we're here to sit through this 9 times, Jimmy. Even in each week in the freaking opens, they're always hugging and giggling about something. Is that how they perceive that all women interact with each other? And that the women can't come serious to game, to come to the competition, that want to get the best. They even in the open, they got Lash and Nia with their little cappuccinos saying, oh, girlfriend, guess what I got at Lane Bryant? Woo, Lane Bryant, that's the hot spot. That's where a size 12 is a size 3, Lane Bryant. Yeah, no. You're the freaking monsters. You're the beast. Everyone should be fearing you.
Well, you know what they say. The old analogy is, well, what happens when you put a whole bunch of chicks in one room and a whole bunch of guys in another room? Who are the ones that are going to get along, Rick?
I don't know. Well,
it's the males generally, for the most part.
The ones all hugging it out.
Yeah. So realistically, unless they're all besties, and I'm sure there is tension in that locker room, because not everyone likes each other. Let's be real now, right?
But they all love each other.
Shit, bro.
They all love each other. So, I mean, well, let's jump into this ladies' conversation. As I said, I've got a bunch of bullet points here for this thing. We do have our final SmackDown elimination qualifying matches on this week's show.
We do.
Did they give an explanation why these 3 men and women were chosen for each? Because some people are left out. You know, it was a second chance qualifiers, right?
Yeah, and I didn't give no explanation as far as I remember.
Hold on to that. Hold on to that thought, especially for the chat. Think about, because the men's one is really where I started questioning this here. But we are getting where the qualifier here is going to be Person Boots, Charlotte, and Nia Jax. But before we get to the match, but wait, here's a terrible promo from champion Jade Cargill.
You think so?
Hey, are you ready for Monday Night Atlanta next week?
She fucked up. She fucked up there. That's true. She did totally fuck up.
Starts tripping over her words.
No, you're right.
You can tell she's naming off, trying to get pops from other talents about who she might be facing. And she's talking about people that aren't even qualified for the match yet. She gets tongue-tied because she's dragging on too much. She's trying to say too much. And I guess we're supposed to, the intrigue here after this terrible promo that she cuts, putting over Raw in Atlanta next week. But we get the, did you get a stiffy for the stare down, the standoff with her and Charlotte? Did you? Because I didn't.
That was weird too, dude. Because I don't know if you noticed that, right? Notice what happened. But when Charlotte's music hit and then you see freaking Jade like go face to face and they're both wooing in each other's mouths, which is weird. You see the ref come running and telling Jay to piss off, basically, like, fuck off, get back. I think there was a call from the back to tell the ref to get her ass right out of that area, because I don't think that was really meant to happen, because it looked weird. She disappeared quick. If it was meant to be a spot, like a real part of the storyline, they would have sent security out there. Why would she actually listen to one referee?
No, I think it's just the referee's there. He's on his way to the ring. He's already present there. They're just trying to get to the match. It did look like the second part of the interaction might have thrown off a little bit of the staging. And Charlotte had to go a little bit further down the aisle to do her little pose because the pyros didn't hit at the same time. So it did maybe you're right there. But to me, no, it didn't set up anything cool. And their thought is, ooh, we got our two big superstars that look great here. I'm sorry. You know, from the open, Charlotte come walking in with her little dog, and she's doing her little best friend thing with Bliss. Charlotte Flair had an opportunity to stand out in professional wrestling as a superstar that looked like a true professional athlete. She got caught all up in the glamour game, all caught up about her look. You could see her skeleton system now.
Well, how come I'm hearing this from you?
She looks more like a plastic pincushion than she does a professional athlete.
Wow.
She looks sickly. She does not look good right now.
I agree with you.
She could have stood up, but no, she let all that psychological shit get in her head and ruined her on this. And it's affecting her game across that board. You can tell, you know, when she went into that depression, that Bliss, helpfully pulled her out of it because she was so worried about everything else except in what could make her stand out, what made her so great as one of truly the all-time greats here. The match itself here, you could tell a lot of missed spots, miscommunication in here. Charlotte she's going for the win. She's going to apply the figure eight on to Nia, and Person Boots, Kiana James comes in a very awkward finish. They're trying to think, the genius outsmarting everybody here. She uses the figure eight as you're up to get into a slide in to get the pin. Kiana James in, maybe a little bit of surprise here. Shock the audience, picks up the win. She is going to the chamber. Jimmy, your thoughts on the match?
I actually think this was a coming out party for Kiana James, man. I think the fans are starting to get behind her now. I actually was pleasantly surprised that she did get the win. And I think it's the right move, to be honest with you now.
The crowd is popping for the gimmicks. That's what this is about. She is a gorgeous girl. They're popping for the gimmicks. That's what this is.
Well, I don't know, man. If it's just the gimmicks and whatnot, all I'm saying is I think this was her coming out party. I truly believe that. I think now she's starting to put herself on the map, whether it's her gimmicks or her looks and whatnot. I think she looks great. she does have a great physical body. Isn't she's kind of muscular, but not really, if you know what I mean?
No, I mean, she
Like, she's
doesn't
a
look
solid
sickly.
girl.
Doesn't
No,
look sickly.
well, yeah, no, she definitely doesn't. And about Charlotte, I'm totally concerned about it. Now, I've been saying this for a long time, Rick. And you know what? You'll still stand up for her, dude. You're still behind her. She'll still your sha. And then now I can't believe what I'm hearing from your mouth.
She just got to get her head out of her ass. Do you want to be a
She's
professional athlete? Do you want to be one of the best professional wrestlers of all time? Or do you want to be a sickly Kardashian?
I mean, yeah. She does not look good. And all that plastic surgery she's had, I'm sorry, Charlotte, but it just doesn't look good, man. You've overdone yourself. You just overkilled yourself. And I'm sure she's very self-secure about herself. But come on, you were beautiful long before this shit.
We got a handful of Ripley and Io Sky segments backstage. Stop freaking hugging. Oh, yeah. Rhea Ripley versus Sven Julia is on this card. We're looking forward to that coming up. We also get more ladies announcements next week, which got more time, more attention than this show's main event to set up. Mrs. Gargano, she's going to be taking on Jordan Grace. Jimmy, excited for that one next week?
No, I'm not. First of all, I can't stand Gargano's wife. I just can't. And I've never been a fan of Jordan Grace either. I think her on the main roster right now is getting so exposed. I don't think she can cut it like in WWE. I really don't, man.
The only thing I am looking forward to, I came up with a reason to look forward to this match next week. We got Candice Gargano versus Jordan Grace. And I hope that sad Johnny makes his way to the ring and just lies in the middle of the ring while they're having a match.
Do you think they'll start doing a proper gimmick with this? With Gargano, where he's just sad and he's all lost?
Because that's how we feel watching this. And I'm going to feel that way watching this match next week. And I hope he just lies in the middle of the ring during it. We also have It's Titty Time. Speaking of gimmicks that everybody's popping for, Tiffany Stratton, she's out and about. I always ask this question with her, why should we continue? She seems like she's toning down the attitude.
She has
but
big time.
Where's the explanation? Where is the I am back determined? Let's do things. I'm going to rise back. Where is all that? We're getting no character work, no character development from her. Nothing here, but she does go over Alba Fire.
As again, she should.
But this match goes entirely too long. Sloppy. All kinds of sloppy inside of this thing. Titty Time seems a little blown up in more ways than one here. You can tell when she's doing the half-ass cartwheels and the backflips here to have to regain herself to get to that finish there. This thing went through like 2 or 3 commercial breaks. Do not need that at all. Chelsea Green can come out there in a segment or so, get her stuff in, even from a wheelchair. Alpha Fire, great hand to have, but she's a put-over talent right now. Doesn't need to be going 50-50 in there with Chelsea. Get this thing done in about 5 minutes in and out. If you're going to do anything at this, how about some character work to let us know, again, why anyone should care for Tiffy Time outside of the gimmicks?
That's a good point. Well, the fans did seem behind it, to be fair, Rick. So, but as far as explanation goes,
they're popping for the gimmicks again because they are giving you no explanation in this character.
They give you no explanation, and it's a shame because it's as easy as a friggin' vignette, right? They should have played a vignette of her before she came back, where she establishes this version of herself. But for whatever reason,
there you go. What would have been the harm in that?
Yeah, they're just lazy, man. They just don't do it. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's WWE in 2026 right now.
So with the ladies, and this is probably the match that you should have cared about. For those of you that love the wrestling, that love the movesets, that studied where they've come from, this is the one that should have popped here. We finally get to Rhea Ripley versus Julia. They're set to go here. Rhea Ripley. Now, first, I know this breaks your heart. You guys from day one have been on that train with Julia. You guys that just look at her, whatever the case might be, look at what. There is no connection. There is no charisma. She is void of all of that. She continues to dress like a backup dancer in a high school musical of Peter Pan. God love her. She's out there trying. She is trying here.
She's trying, bro.
They give us a little bit of her entrance to cut the break. She comes back. She's sitting there on the turnbuckle. We get the full Rhea Ripley thing. My God, Jimmy T, what the hell have they done to Rhea Ripley? They have absolutely 100% destroyed this character. We're down to the equivalent of, this is like Wednesday Addams collecting Care Bear stickers.
Oof.
Why not just have Rhea Ripley ride a freaking unicorn out to the ring?
Why not? And then she can do this too while riding.
All of this, I understand odd couple things, her and but the hugging and there is no mystique. There is nothing intriguing. There is nothing badass about Rhea Ripley anymore. It is completely gone.
Yeah, not anymore, unfortunately, Rick. You're right. And I bring it down to them not knowing what to do with her just yet, because with her, without the championship, I feel like they don't know. Because really, if you look at Rhea Ripley, she's probably arguably still the most over wrestler in that company, man. She gets major pops when she comes out by everybody, not just by the men, but by the women, by the kids. They're all screaming big time when her music hits, man. But right now, I think they're just playing the waiting game with her. Because if she was in that title picture, realistically, she should beat everyone in some ways. But they've toned her down too, Rick. She's not even as muscular anymore.
The pops are coming because of an entrance here, a pyro. I mean, the character is useless. The character is nothing. She's not badass in any way. She's not intimidating. You've lost,
not anymore. Not right now.
You've lost all of that edge that you had with her. Right. So we get this. We get Julia comes. She's out. We see her sitting in a turnbuckle. This is where this show completely loses me. I just have it in my notes. Oh, fuck me. Before we even get to this match that we should have been looking forward to, guess who it is, Jimmy? It's the return of fucking B-Fop and Munchies. Backstage, as we're waiting for a match, they cut to this BS segment. B-Fop and Munchies are back up. Road to WrestleMania. Set it off. Here we go. Hey, those ticket sales that we're dropping. Guess I expect the Road to WrestleMania, the Chamber, and WrestleMania itself to all sell out because the return of B-Fop and Munchies. We're talking serious business. You got to be kidding me. You're going to interrupt the start of this match. You're going to put this on the show like anyone freaking cares.
Yeah, B-Fab, I'm sorry, but she just doesn't cut it at all. Even Mia Yim, as good as she was at one point in TNA back many years ago, they're both useless, man. At this point, I'm sorry, girls, but they need to be released at this point, man. And I'm sure they'll be in the next major
that kendo stick that she's walking around with. They need to be taken out back and beaten with it. Beaten like a pin. Take them down to AAA and beat them like a pinata. And see, now it wouldn't be candy, sweet stuff that comes out. It'll just be garbage that comes out of them.
Who's worse though, B-Fab or Munchies?
Oh God, I don't even want to waste my brain energy on that.
B-Fab's worse. Come on.
Yes.
Way worse.
I don't know. B-Flop's probably a little better looking. I don't know. So we finally get to the match. Decent enough match here, but here comes the interference. Everybody's getting involved in this thing. Ripley by a DQ. Again, we got all these working parts. As I told you, man, they're setting up some kind of big major women's tag match. I'm thinking maybe the TLC, first ever women's tag TLC at WrestleMania.
Oh God.
Your overall thoughts on this big cluster here?
That's it. It was a cluster, man. These girls don't have any chemistry at all, dude. It just felt off this match. I don't know if it's Julia or if it's Rhea Ripley, but surely Julia at this point can't be happy with her position and what's going on. Like you said,
I think it is. I think she's trying, but I actually, when you look at her, I think she's fed up with this.
I think she is too. I actually do think she is too, and she's trying to keep it together. But at this point, maybe she needs to stand up for herself and say, "Hey, I'm better situated like this and not like this, what they're doing now." But for whatever reason, she just keeps continuing doing what she's told. And that's fair enough. I get it. But Something really needs to change, and needs to change quickly, or else she's just going to be. No one cares, dude. Kiana James at this point is getting ahead of her, and that's a bad issue.
Because she looks better. Because she looks better. She
right.
got better gimmicks, and she can sell better.
She just, but that wasn't meant to be the plan, right? But it's going the other way around.
They have no idea what they're doing with Julia. I still want to believe in the best in the world, in the vet, that there's something there. I want to believe in Jargon. I want to believe in you when you guys tell me this. But it's not visible there. She has shown nothing since coming to the States.
No, unfortunately, she hasn't, man. And she is a lot better if you see her in Stardom. But she's not that same assassin killer chick that she was in Stardom. But it is what it is. I mean, what do you do? There's something needs to change ASAP.
Yeah. BFAB cannot talk. She can't. Well, I mean, she looks all right, I guess. But I mean, her and Munchies, I can't believe they brought him back. But Jimmy T, let's talk about the men's Elimination Chamber qualifier. We're getting these three are going to get at it again. This is what really had me thinking, like, what was the logic in selecting these three individuals for a second chance? We got Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Damian Priest. My main thing is here, why not Sami Zayn or Jacob Fatu, who, if anybody has an argument for a second opportunity, be them, because their match was completely screwed over and ruined. At least here, Carmelo Hayes would have an argument because he didn't eat the pin, but Damian Priest ate a pin in his qualifying match.
Surprise, right?
Now he's getting an opportunity here. They don't have there's no explanation unless I completely missed it. That's why I wanted to ask, in case it was one of those things that just I did not retain while watching this thing.
Yeah, no,
again, here we get it in passing. Commentary puts over the great history between Hayes and Williams, but why not give us something there, like even a graphic saying these guys had this run in NXT together? You know,
well, they mentioned it, but that's it.
Yeah, they mentioned it in passing,
right?
And they didn't even say anything about it. They just said, "Oh, they have a history."
That's true. No, you're right. They didn't. And if you're not going to explain it, then why put them in the match together in the first place?
Well, if you're not explaining why, but there is something to get people more invested than just your stupid qualifying match.
I agree.
A spot that no one believes is going to win that match. Trick does win that thing. He is going to be joining the others inside,
as he should have. And this match was all right, man. It wasn't that bad. I actually didn't mind the match. Yes, you could see spot after spot after spot. It was a typical three-way match.
Best match of the night.
All right. Sorry?
Best match of the night.
Oh, yeah, easy, by far. Absolutely.
Yeah, so Trick wins. He's going to be going to the chamber. But let's talk about it. I had mentioned Jacob Fatu, and I mentioned Sami Zayn. We're talking about that main event scene. We did open the show. Cody Rhodes out talking. Jacob Fatu comes out, and he tells Cody, he said, "Hey, man," he said, "I don't know why you're so proud, why you're out here tooting your horn." He said, "You know I had that match won. If it wasn't for Drew getting involved, I would have beat you and Sammy both, would have whooped all your asses." This brings Drew out, who has the night off, but he's got himself a luxury suite, so he's watching from up above. Real nice of Drew, though, because he only was up there for like a segment. So he wasted the whole suite because he ends up going backstage later on.
He does.
They have some words there with Nick Aldis. Speaking of Nick Aldis, Fatu also again asked to leave the arena here, correct? But Aldis promises him, man, you just play by the rules, stay calm. You're going to have your moment. You're going to be able to I'm going to make sure that you get your hands on Drew McIntyre. Just be patient with me. Just wait. You can't be this animal that's attacking everybody.
See, what does that even mean? And the thing is, with Jacob Fatu, and I just want to point out, he looks phenomenal right now. Like, he's chilled about it. He goes, just because it's you, Nick, I'll wait, basically. I'll wait for what you said to see if you're telling the truth and whatnot. Why? Are they real close? I didn't even know they were that close. But anyway, the point is, what does that mean? Does he get a shot between now and WrestleMania? Does it, know, what's going to happen?
When's he got to set that up? So not a whole lot explained there. I guess the big exchange from SmackDown is we get a heated heart-to-heart between Cody and Sammy. Cody's making the rounds backstage, and lo and behold, man, just kind of moping there, trying to do his best Gargano, moping on a crate. Is Sami Zayn, and just luckily that Cody walks by, and Sammy kind of echoing the same message that Fatu did in a way, saying, hey, you know, I don't know why you're so proud. Like, you didn't win that qualifying match. You kind of survived it. It was handed to you, Cody. And Sammy saying, you know what? When Drew was coming at you, Sammy saying, I was a good friend. I came to help you. And what did I get in return for that, Cody? You grabbed me and hit me in the crossroads and pinned me. Cody fires back on him, says, hey, I seized opportunity. This is a dog-eat-dog world. When it is there, you got to grab that leash. You got to take control. Right. I got the win. I did what I had to do to get one step closer to WrestleMania. He flat out tells Sammy, he said, you're blaming the whole world, brother. Your shortcomings are because you don't pull the trigger. You can't get it done. Little heated exchange there. Cody walks off. Man, I thought they missed a huge pop moment here because Sammy yells to him, hey, Cody. And Cody's down the hallway. Yeah. They should have done that stupid meme where Cody turns and puts his
oh, yeah, true.
Like, you say my name? Man, they could have put a little Easter egg in there. Maybe they would have taken away. But that's what I thought. But Sammy comes up to him and says, you know what, man? That was a little heated. Maybe you're right. But we're still boys. Your thoughts on the promo there, Jimmy? And are we starting to see, talk about that Easter egg, the cracks in the shell of Sami Zayn? Is he going to unleash here at some point soon?
Well, you think he would, right? Because at this point, he's become just a loser, right? Everyone's pointing out how much of a loser he is.
Even his son asked him. His son asked him, all these other guys are champs. Why are you a loser? Why aren't you champ, Dad? Poppy, or what do they call him?
Habibi. Baba.
Baba, why are you a loser?
That's what his son said, right? Why haven't you been champion, Baba?
Why are you a loser, Baba?
He's like, look, Habibi. But anyway, look, in all seriousness, I mean, he's got to turn heel at this point, right? Because he's got to become just that total crybaby. What about me? What about Raven type of deal? But like, not obviously about Raven, but about himself. I could just see that where he's just going to snap. But what does this mean? Because if he ever does win the world championship, whatever that is, WWE or the world heavyweight championship, you'd want him to be a babyface, right?
I mean, if he sees his opportunity, does that necessarily make him a heel, though? Because, I mean, Cody's telling him, like, this is how you do it. This is what it takes to get there.
You're right. It's true.
You know,
I mean, look.
Just because he stops catering to everyone else to try to be that support system, and he goes out there and gets his own, does that make him a heel?
Does he take out Cody Rhodes and get into the chamber match somehow?
Hey, that's that opportunity, right?
Right. That's why I just thought about it. I'm thinking out a minute. Don't be surprised if they do that and somehow Cody misses out and Zayn gets in.
I still think, well, there's still some open-ended here. We had talked about last week here where it looks like maybe they're going towards a fatal four-way at WrestleMania.
Right, that's
Drew,
right.
Cody, Jacob, and Sammy. But, how do we get around? Easily you could have Cody win the thing. Fatu obviously has been Aldis has something in mind for him.
Right.
Could there be, maybe that's why these two were left out of this qualifier for some reason.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's got to be something like that along those lines. And also, because that's how you can set up toward the four-way, right? So if someone takes out Cody and then, and it gets replaced by Sammy or Jacob, say, then it would make sense to somehow get to that four-way somehow, right? It's still a bit lazy, in my opinion, but there's not many ways to get to that four-way because these guys are missing on Mania.
It looks as if that's the direction, but I guess maybe for something of intrigue, that's a reason to keep tuning in to follow the story here that develops for the main event scene there on the blue brand, the Universal Championship, the chase for the Universal Championship. Everybody chasing Drew, not because he's the champ, but because he's an asshole.
Dick. Right.
He's an asshole. Hey, Jimmy, let's climb up the old family tree, Jimmy. We got quite a bit of developments here from my family tree. They're involved, not as many as the women. They didn't get 9 segments, but they got like 3 or 4 segments on this show.
And I wasn't mad about it either for some reason.
They open. We got our opening match here on the show. It wasn't the opening match, but it does. Was it? What did this say on the show? But either way, so the family tree, they start off their night here by beating up the little dragon, 5-on-1. Plus, they beat up Cardona and Cruz, Apollo Cruz. Boy.
Talk about jobbers right now. I mean, she's even Cardona, dude. God damn.
Yeah, they just run down, just kind of get beat up there. Dragunov, he puts up quite a bit of a fight against them here, but the numbers game is just going to get to you. We also, involving my family tree, we get, as they're beating them up, the Wyatt 6 interrupt, and we get a promo cut by Uncle Howdy. It says next time he comes to the ring, he's going to be alone, and Solo should be Solo. Does he have enough balls to stand up by himself where he doesn't need the family? So it looks like we're going to be getting that next week.
Right. And just quietly, also that match between Dragunov and Tama Tonga, if you want to talk about sloppy and fucking each other up, that match, that will killing each other, bro. That was like 2 minutes. That match went for 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was. And they were like, "Shit, we're going to get as much as we can in this 2 minutes."
But they killed each other in that 2 minutes, bro. They earned their paycheck, but except I didn't like a lot of the spots. Dragunov continues not to give a shit about his opponents. He just stiffs everyone all the time, man. The suplexes were bad. People landing on their heads. That double clothesline spot busted Dragunov's nose open, basically. And then they were just suplexing each other on their head. They were dropping each other on their heads over and over in this match, Rick.
Yeah, it was. And it's just that, it was like, man, we really got to go super fast because we only got 3 minutes to do this one. And but again, no selling there. They beat them down here. But Tama Tonga getting a good look, getting some focus here. And again, I want to ask you this because later in the show, we get more interaction with Shinsuke.
Right.
And I asked you this last week. You were kind of unsure. I asked Jargo, you guys are more in tune with what's happening in the Far East. What is the backstory we're going to get? Tama Tonga, Shinsuke Nakamura, Japan. We the rumors of those individuals that might be jumping ship from the East to come to WWE. This story, this saga continues. Is it making any more sense? Can you make any more sense of it, Jimmy, for us?
Not really. It's almost like Nakamura knows something about Tama Tonga that, I don't know. I just don't understand what's going on here, other than the fact that they've got history in Japan, sure. Right? But what's really going on here? I have no idea. They're not really giving
are we going to have some kind of Far East invasion? All the Japanese ties are they going to be is it going to be some kind of faction that comes in to take out my family tree? Maybe challenge the White Six.
Well, there is rumors about Evil jumping ship, for example. And it's not just Evil; it's a couple of others too. There's actually a big influx of Japanese wrestlers that have actually left New Japan Pro Wrestling right now.
Yeah, New Japan Wrestling is in shambles right now. I mean, they are in a lot of trouble. You've got people that are exiting left and right that have heard, where the history of, how your book might not be the best, but that WWE dollars and lifestyle is very inviting and enticing to a lot of these individuals. And you got to think, if you're someone like Shinsuke, and they're interested in bringing in a group of them to get you a push kind of as the leader, you got to be all about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If that's where they're going, but I still don't see a clear path yet where this is going. And also, Rick, don't be surprised if this just gets stopped out of the blue and we just don't hear about it ever again. That could easily happen with this shit because they do that. So I'm not sure what to think of it, and I'm not getting my hopes up either because they could just quickly scrap it. And it's like it never happened. So I don't know what's going on, but we'll see.
All right, Jimmy. It's poetry time.
Oh, yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Watch out, Kitty Wilson. Oba's coming to kill you.
This is good, though. I like this segment. I'm not going to lie.
I'll let you open it up and tell us why you liked it.
Well, first of all, Oba had a book that he gave, obviously, is it Kit Wilson? Is that his name? This one, right?
Kitty Wilson, yeah.
Kit Kat. He
Kitty
gave him the
cat.
book. He's reading it out, and every time he's reading out,
He had his book. He had his poetry book with him.
right, and he kept saying toxic at the end of everything. Toxic, toxic. And then the last one, he didn't want to say it. And he's like, come on, say it, blah, blah, blah. And that's what you read out is what he said. And then basically he gets beat up pretty bad. But it was a fun beat up, to be honest. I actually enjoyed the total beatdown. And let's be honest, Kit Kat, say what you want. He's making chicken shit into chicken salad some way. People starting to get behind him, dude.
The only place people are going to get behind him is in prison.
Oh, shit.
This thing is like lowest common denominator booking. There is some potential. They could be doing some things here with Kit Wilson if they understood what toxic masculinity meant. And they're not even letting the audience know what that is supposed to mean, that it's supposed to be this over exaggerated negative side of it, stereotypes that he is playing to. The only positive I will say about this is I do enjoy watching Femi just smash people. I hope this is the last interaction between these two.
Right.
This is played out. This is done. The walking around the poetry book, you're not anywhere on the level of the intellect of the genius and how that got over. This is like preschool writing. The exchange between these two, not good. Kit doesn't need to be out in the ring getting this gimmick over. He can go visit places, do some vignettes, interact in that fashion. Again, it's just we're getting like 30% of potential here. And because the curve is so low and the show is so bad that it's things like this that are passing as quality entertainment as the best stuff. This could be very, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining if you had someone that knew what the hell they were doing writing this thing. Do you anywhere believe that Road Dogg or P.S. Hayes know anything about toxic masculinity or male feminist?
No. I guarantee you this is probably Kit's thing, man, that he probably pitched to the writers and they probably went with it. Because what would they know about any of that shit?
It has been pointed out last week. This is like a year late. This was popular in the news a year ago. And they're finally just getting to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. What was it to say about that? But David of S.H.I.E.L.D. says, funny enough, Kit Wilson has charisma. Should be a tough guy kicking ass.
No, that I don't agree with at all. There's nothing tough about this guy. He does fit more into this type of character. It just needs more development, more understanding. I hope this is the last interaction between these two. It served its purpose. We got a couple of weeks out of it, beat the shit out of him. I am looking forward to Monday. You guys can talk about it on Like It Raw. Femi versus Rusev. Let's literally get in there and fight somebody.
You know what I'm intrigued about? Do they bury Rusev in that match?
Yeah.
And if so, absolutely.
Rusev is dead.
That's what I was going to say. And if they do go that way, what happens with Rusev? Fuck him.
Who cares?
Yeah, I agree. Fuck him. Who cares? I couldn't care less about him.
We do have our main event again that we talked about a little bit here. They got 90 seconds of setup time at a backstage segment. Upset alert, upset city, Jimmy. This surprised me here, man. Aleister Black gets the win over Randy freaking Orton. Now hold on here. Now this did come with some shenanigans.
Right.
Drew McIntyre gets involved. Cody's out on the chase, but it's enough of a distraction, enough of an interruption that Aleister freaking Black gets a win over Randall K. Orton.
Dude, now they've pretty much killed Aleister Black in many ways over the weeks since he's been back, right?
Well, he was in that prominent SmackDown feud with Damian Priest, but he didn't win that thing. And he
fucking lost.
Since then, we've seen him lose a qualifier.
Right.
And he's kind of just been a little back and forth with Randy over the last couple of weeks.
But really, he's pretty much done nothing on the main roster since he's been back. Let's be honest, he hasn't. Okay. And now he beats Orton for what? Now we're supposed to take him serious?
Yeah, this is perplexing to me.
Where do we go with order now?
Like, worst. Hold on here. So this is where we were talking about that potential fatal 4-way. Remember a couple of weeks ago when you and I were talking about just trying to get an understanding, going through, having a little fun. Chat did a great job with us when we were putting together a WrestleMania card. Remember we had discussed Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Right. That gives a little intrigue to that. It puts a little. That's sparks a match, maybe to set a fire. That could be a WrestleMania match. I mean, it looks great, on a marquee, on a poster, on paper for ESPN, whoever to advertise there. It's two studs, two actual athletes, squared off for a championship. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton.
I agree, but
that could be a potential. So maybe that's to give us a little more reason to who could win the chamber, because right now it just looks wide open for Cody.
Well, yeah, it really is starting to look that way, unless they do what we were alluding to, where he gets taken down and someone replaces him, and then he can be a real opened up sort of elimination chamber. But as it stands right now, it's for Cody. It's for Cody to win, pretty much.
Right. So I mean, maybe they want to add that intrigue there. That could have been it, or I don't even want to say this out loud because I don't want to jinx us here.
Uh-oh.
Could they be thinking Aleister Black versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
I hope not. Please no. Oh man, you know what? They probably are going that way, dude.
And even worse than that, because how magnificent that could have been. That situation could have been if we didn't have the Tamu version and we actually had the real people that were supposed to be there.
Well,
and it was Karrion Kross and Scarlett versus Randy Orton.
Dude, speaking of Cross, man, Jesus Christ, no one gives a shit right now. I'm just saying, no one really cares at all, and I hate that for him, man, because it's unfortunately
he's doing his thing down at Major League Wrestling.
He is, and he's going to be here also in Australia in May to work for a promotion called WSW.
Jargo tried telling me the other day that Major League Wrestling's the third best promotion.
I heard that, dude. I was jumping up and down. I forgot to mention that to you even off the air, bro. I'm glad you brought that up because when I was hearing that, I was like, nah, no way. I know Jargo was smarter than that, dude. I was surprised that he actually said that. And you were correcting him, thank God, because there's no way MLW is number 3. No fucking chance.
So I mean, with Black going over here, worst case scenario, and believe me, it is a worst case. Maybe him and Orton at WrestleMania, or I'm hoping that it is to add some doubt to who maybe win. To add a little intrigue to the chamber next week. But again, you guys are going to get to talk about it Tuesday morning. A big Raw coming up. They're going to be Monday Night Atlanta, as Jade puts it. It ain't Monday Night Raw in Atlanta. It's Monday Night Atlanta because that's the place to be there. Jade's going to be there as Liv makes her decision. It's going to be a tribute to AJ Styles, so we might get some business there. But you're also going to have Brock Lesnar in the house. And there's a rumor out there that Brock might find his way into the chamber.
How do you do that? Again, unless you're taking out people.
Because they're going to have a qualifier, and if Brock Lesnar beats all those people up before they get to the ring, maybe he just qualifies.
I mean, why not? I mean, if they're going to do that, sure. But I don't know, man. If he's in the match, I don't like it either because he can't lose it either, in my opinion. I mean,
how would you feel about Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre? Going back, Drew has always talked about that WrestleMania moment that was taken from him.
The backstory there too, right? Exactly. You're right. I mean,
that they didn't get to do it in front of a crowd. It was, you've got it
cried over that, dude. Legitly had tears over that.
And we go back to that marquee. If I'm advertising this bad boy on ESPN, if I'm trying to move tickets and I'm putting up their pictures, Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar look pretty damn sexy on a marquee.
I'm not mad at that, man. I'm down for that if we're going that way, because as of right now, it's a little bit confusing with what they're trying to achieve here, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we've heard major rewrites. We know the ticket sales last week. We talked about it. Down 10,000 seats each night, 20,000 down 18%. That's just Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. They also rumors that they are having trouble selling for next weekend in Chicago for the Elimination Chamber. And they've got a dozen or so dates on the road to WrestleMania that I hear are struggling.
Really? Interesting. Well, that's what happens when you're all over the place, WWE. They're very unorganized on this run to WrestleMania. unless I'm tripping, but it just feels very unorganized right now. Is it just me? Are they changing shit up like all the time?
Well,
Because it really feels like they are.
Rumors of massive rewrites. I mean, you got these injuries. Bianca with her hand looks like not going to be back in time. So that I'm sure that's thrown some major issues into the women's championship plans. The hernia here with Braun Breaker, Seth not looking like he might not be. He could be the masked man with it. We're not really sure what's going on there. But they've said with the low interest so far, not a lot of interest again. So there's major rewrites coming.
Yeah, well, it's on them. It's their fault for that happening in the first place. And have you heard anything about ticket sales since? Have they sold any more tickets since last week?
I didn't see anything of significance of spike with that 25% with them slashing it. So people are just, and it does go a lot deeper. It's just not a WWE issue in Vegas.
No.
Vegas itself is way down. In a short couple weeks, they're already down like 38.5 million in travel, transit, tourism, just for the first part of the year. So, I mean, it's an overall thing, and they're missing out a lot on international travel. So people just aren't coming to the States.
That's interesting too. Because
I don't know if it's political, whatever the case might be. I cannot remember who said it. I want to give them credit because I thought it was a brilliant point last week here as we talked about it on the Smack Tech. Someone had mentioned people that are planning trips to the U.S. could be saving those for the World Cup coming up this summer.
Oh, yeah.
And then also we have the Summer Games coming in 2028. So a lot of people planning ahead, saving on those.
You guys have got everything, man, happening in your neck of the woods. But the World Cup is a great point out because for me, that's the biggest sporting event in the world.
If you're going to travel internationally for a major event like that, you're obviously going to go to the World Cup over a WrestleMania.
That's a dream of mine, put it that way, to go to World Cup. I think it's become bigger than the Olympics at this point.
I don't, if I was going to go do a major travel like that, I don't like football. I don't like soccer. I don't understand it.
I love it, dude.
But I would love to go to a World Cup because I love spectacles. I love big time events and experiences.
Absolutely, for sure, man. Arakara Blue brings up an interesting point. He says the real story is the Elimination Chamber ticket sales. Rows are still open.
Yeah, they're struggling to sell that. So they've got Punk and AJ Lee in Chicago, still struggling to sell there. Road to WrestleMania, they got a dozen or so dates. Those are struggling. And then obviously we've all heard about the issues with Vegas itself. So.
Mm-hmm. And you brought that up earlier too, by the way, about the ticket sales going pretty bad over there. David of Shield says Trick really equals lemon pepper steppers gone wild.
Yeah.
He's over right now.
Got them shoes, baby. Got them shoes. He's Slick Willie. He's looking good. All right, Jimmy. So your final thoughts here. I thought this was a terrible episode. They're getting worse on the road to WrestleMania. This thing did absolutely nothing for me at all. Outside of Johnny Gargano, complete garbage.
Really, yeah. That's funny. Now, look, for me, like I was telling you, I enjoyed the first hour quite a bit for whatever reason. But after that, it kind of did slow down for me, man, for the most part. So if I had to give this a rating out of 5, face slaps, I would say a 3.
I'm giving it 1.
Wow. A 1?
Yeah.
You're a character, man. Well, more importantly, man, you know what? Since we're taking it home right now, what are you up to this week? I know you got a pretty busy week coming up. I mean, I just want to point out that Hitting the Marks was a great first time episode that you guys have been back in, 5 years? I think it's been already.
5 years, 4.5, 5 years. We are back. Jargo and I have been coming at you Tuesday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern. Check us out. This week, I believe we've got a number of different segments we're going to rotate in and out, but we are going to go to Wrestler's Court. Jargo versus me, arguing the legacy of John Cena. I'm sure we're going to have a bunch of other conversation as well. That's going to be one of our featured segments this week. The legacy of John Cena. I am the defense. I'm going to be sticking up for one of the best, the GOATs, and Jargo, not a fan. So he's going to be on the other side. He's going to be the prosecutions. Check that out again Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Big announcement. Big Ray let it out of the bag last week on I Like It Raw, but that show will be coming to an end this weekend. So will the Smack Attack. Next weekend's coverage, Elimination Chamber will wrap things up for the Smack Attack. Don't worry. We've got big plans coming at you. We are going to merge the shows. So on Tuesdays at 3, going forward, a brand new show. Tuesdays at 3, we'll be talking WWE. It is This Week in WWE with Jimmy T and RBV. We're going to combine everything into one big, spectacular WWE showcase for you. So look forward to that. We're working on our production for that. Hopefully give it a fresh, new look with a lot of cool things that Jimmy and I are working on.
Absolutely. Look out for that. Don't miss it. So next week is the final week of the Smack Attack. And, of course, I Like a Raw. But that's all right because we'll be bringing you WWE as a whole starting from Tuesday, the week after next. So look out for that. 3 p.m. You said we're going to be doing it Tuesdays.
We'll do our Tuesdays at 3. We'll be talking WWE for you old school guys, sports fans out there that remember the show This Week in Baseball. A lot of similarities, a lot of comparisons, inspiration drawn for that is This Week in WWE.
And I'll preview that actually on the Like a Raw. I don't have it set up right now, but you know what? On the Like a Raw, I think I'll preview that intro on the way out after the show finishes. But anyway.
I better finish the intro then.
Oh, it's not finished? That's not finished at all yet?
No, it was like barely half.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's all right then. That's all right. But I don't mind what you showed me too. But yeah, well, there you go. So maybe I won't be showing you guys until it's ready. And that is sad, Zane. It's going to be sad, but it's all right. I mean, we'll merge it. We'll cover it. Just think of the wreckage with AEW, except this is a different way with WWE. But anyway, in saying that, if you want to follow me, you can on the Twitter at the PWC Network. Anyone that follows me on DJ Massfix, please go over to the PWC Network. Also, I'll be doing a preview show, actually, Rick, at Around the Ballparks podcast, where he's a listener also from here, very smart listener, by the way. And yeah, and also,
I don't know. If he asked you to be on instead of me, how smart he is.
Well, he asked me first for whatever reason he did. So I will be doing an Elimination Chamber preview show with him, and I think it's going to be at 9 p.m. next week on the Friday. That is before, obviously, Elimination Chamber. So look out for that. But until I get the concrete times and the thumbnail, I'll tell you then when I do. But yeah, so after that, just look out for Like a Raw and the Wreckage Sunday morning, 11 a.m. with myself, the Vet, and the Professor will be back. So tune in for that. But other than that, we're out. So in saying that, Rick, I am Jimmy T. He is R to the B to the V. And I want to thank the whole chat for joining us this morning. I really appreciate it. We both appreciate it. Until next time, look out for Insanity at 8 p.m. tonight, where me and Whoop Brandon talk all things lunacy. That's JCW lunacy. So look out for that, 8 p.m. tonight. Until then, we're out. Peace.
Career's getting shorter, sounding like it's straining. I've been around the world, voice maintaining. I'm black ass packing a backpack with something in it to blast back all the whack packs. Back. I'm fired up like LA hillsides burning. Inspired man learning. The women lower lips yearning. Now see me in the streets or a stage show. Recite me off the radio or Nike commercial.
Got them running like Herschel, Walker, the stalkers. Playing on my cell, I'm about to call the chalkers. City full of male groupies, easy set it off first. All you weird bearded queers, you can meet the Falkers, but call first. Up in the morning, I keep it poppin'. Yeah, sissy. Even in the evening, I'm gonna keep it poppin'. Yeah, sissy. When I'm in the city, gotta keep it poppin'. You so bitchy. Down in the underground, keep it poppin'. Hey, why are people so mad at Los Angeles? How weak are you to let a city make you scandalous? That's pretty basic. I'm disgusted with this hatred. I'm a Compton City patron, and I think this city's great when it poppin'. Now notice that I'm called a patron. If you translate that to Spanish, then we all gonna be here late, and we gon' eat up like a banquet. We gon' finish what we drinkin'. When you wanna hear some G shit, I'ma call my nigga K and get it poppin'. It's 187.FM, now keep us locked in. That hood shit 24 hours a day, we knockin'. K been my friend since a kid when we lived in Compton. We bangin' anything you drive, bitch, hop in. Up in the morning, I keep it poppin'. Even in the evening, I'ma keep it poppin'. When I'm in the city, gotta keep it poppin'. Down in the underground, keep it poppin'.